Okay, so hello everyone. This is a recap for the chapter 1. This video serves as your review in case for the following days na mayroong mga events sa school. Okay, so let's start. What is the acronym PATFIT? It stands for Physical Activities Towards Health and Fitness. To make it simple. And the school's vision, as well its mission and the quality policy. And there are two main program outcomes under PATFIT, that is active and healthy living. And the second one is advocacy and promotion. Now, the following here is the grading system, yung breakdown kung paano namin kino-compute ang grades ninyo. Now, for the sample of class record, ipapakita ko yan during our class time. For Google Classroom codes naman, meron na akong sinend na Google Classroom link sa ating group chat. Now, let's proceed to PATFIT 2 Chapter 1. Now, what is the first word that comes into your mind when you see the word physical fitness? Marami sa inyo magsasabay ng exercise, fitness, agility, health, and many more. Lahat ng yan related sa term na physical fitness. But let us define what is physical fitness. It is the ability of our body systems to work together efficiently to allow us to be healthy and perform activities of daily living. Now, under the physical fitness, dalawa yan. There is the health-related fitness and the skill-related fitness. Now, itest natin yung recap ninyo. I-recap natin. Baka natatandaan nyo pa yung PATFIT 1 ninyo. Start tayo kay muscular strength. Saan mapupunta si muscular strength? Kay health-related. How about speed? Pupunta siya kay skill. How about si balance? Pupunta ulit kay skill. Si cardiovascular, saan mapupunta? Kay health-related. Si agility, skill. Flexibility, skill. Coordination is skill. Muscular endurance, health. Reaction time is skill. Power, skill. And body composition is skill. Body composition is health-related fitness. Okay. So, kapag sinabi nating health-related fitness, nakafocus yan sa sarili natin. Okay? Sa katawan natin. Third comes sa cardiovascular endurance. Kapag sinabi natin cardiovascular endurance, dalawang main organs ang nakatoka dyan, si heart and lungs. Kapag cardiovascular endurance, mga activities na kung saan pagkatapos mong gawin ay bibilis ang heart rate mo at breathing rate mo. Ano yung mga activities na pagkatapos mong gawin ay hihingalin ka? Example, jogging. Ano pa? Cycling, jumping jacks, running, marathon, and many more. Okay. Next naman, si muscular strength and muscular endurance. Now, ano ang pinagkaiba ni muscular strength kay endurance? Kapag sinabing muscular strength, yung capability ng muscle mo na mag-exert ng effort. For example, kung kaya ng muscle mo na magbuhat ng 50 kilograms na dumbbell. Kapag naman sinabi nating muscular endurance, for how long, hanggang kailan kaya ng muscle mo na buhatin yang 50 kilograms na dumbbell. Next is flexibility, the ability to move the muscles and joints through a full range of motion. Okay. And the body composition, ang percentage ng fat, water, bone, muscle, skin, and lean tissues that make up the body. Now, other body composition, dyan napapasok ang dalawang anthropometric measurement, which is the waist-hip measurement and the body mass index. Now, paano kinocompute ang waist-hip measurement? Dinidivide ang waist measurement divided by hip measurement. Now, ito ang indication kapag nakukuha mo na yung computation ng iyong waist-hip measurement. Same with the body mass index. Ang formula ng body mass index ay kilograms or weight divided by height squared. Now, let's proceed to the skill-related fitness. Under the skill-related fitness components, nandyan si agility, balance, coordination, speed, power, and reaction time. Kapag sinabi kong agility, yung mabilis kang pagkilos kahit na paiba-iba ang direksyon. Okay? Next naman, kapag sinabing power, ability to perform a task quickly and forcefully. Diyan napapasok si strength and speed. For example, ano ang sport ni Heidelin Diaz? Weightlifting. Yung weightlifting na yan is use of the skill power. Next is coordination. Kapag sinabing coordination, ano yung 5 senses ng katawan natin? Sense of sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Lahat ng senses na yan nagtutulong-tulong para ikaw coordinate ang iyong katawan. Okay? Para to perform motor tasks smoothly and accurately. That is coordination. Next naman is speed. Kapag sinabing speed, is this the ability to move quickly from one point to another. Ibig sabihin, linear siya. At point 1 to point end. That is speed. Hindi siya paiba ng direksyon. Linear lang ang movement niya. Compare kay agility na mabilis ang pagkilos mo pero paiba-iba ang direksyon. Next is reaction time. Kapag sinabing reaction time naman, it is the ability to react or respond quickly to what you hear, see, or feel. Example ng mga dapat quick ang reaction time mo. Boxing, baseball, badminton, table tennis, at almost lahat ng sports dapat mabilis ang iyong reaction time. Next is balance. Kapag sinabi naman nating balance, maintenance of line of gravity within its base of support. Meaning, kailangan mo lang to remain steady. Ano yung mga sports sa tingin ninyo na kailangan ng balance? For example, gymnastics, ice skating, pole vault, ano pa, dance sports, and many more. Okay, proceed na tayo sa fitness principles. Natatanda nyo ba itong mga fitness principles na ito? Yung FITT principle. F stands for frequency. I stands for intensity. The first T stands for time. And the last T stands for type. That is the FIT principle na ginagamit kapag bubuo ka ng isang exercise program. Next naman, si principle of specificity. Si principle of specificity, sinasabi dyan na kung ano ang target goal mo, yun din dapat ang gagawin mo. For example, gusto mong magpa-abs. Anong mga exercises ang gagawin mo? Magja-jogging ka ba everyday? Mag-walking ka ba everyday para magkaroon ka ng abs? Ang gagawin mo, mag-undergo ka ng core exercises wherein natatarget ang abdomen mo para ma-achieve mo yung goal mo na magka-abs ka. That is the principle of specificity. Next naman, si principle of progressive overload. Under the principle of progressive overload, sinasabi dyan na kapag gusto mong mag-increase or i-challenge mo ang sarili mo, for example, nagbuhat ka ng 5 kilograms na dumbbell, na gusto mo naman na parang mapabilis yung pag-bulk ng muscles mo, nagbuhat ka ng 500 kilograms, hindi pwedeng ganon. Kapag gusto mong mag-increase or i-challenge yung sarili mo, dapat gradual lang ang pag-increase. From 5 kilograms, the following days, mag-increase ka 10 kilograms. And then, after a week, mag-increase ka ulit 15 kilograms. Hanggang 20 kilograms, gradual lang ang pag-increase. Okay? Next naman, principle of reversibility. Under the principle of reversibility, dyan sinasabi adin ko na kapag ka nakaroon ka ng cheat day, o hindi naman cheat day, for example, cheat week or cheat month, si principle of reversibility, sinasabi dyan adin ko na kapag, for example, nag-weight loss or nag-fat loss ka, tapos napabayaan mo ang sarili mo, babalik sa dating state ng katawan mo, pero mas malala pa yung taba na ma-accumulate ng katawan mo. Bakit? Kasi for example, yung fat ng katawan mo, for example, yung bilbil sa tiyan, nagpapayat ka ng 3 months, pumayat ka nga, naging loose ang skin mo kasi natunaw ang taba. Tapos, napabayaan mo ang sarili mo for almost 1 week or 1 month. Ano ang mangyayari ngayon? Doble or triple pa yung makukuha mong or babalik na taba sa'yo kasi yung fats na nawala sa'yo, imbes na i-maintain mo sana yung pag-exercise mo para mag-firm yung muscle mo, ang nangyari dyan, nadagdagan pa ulit ng taba. That is the principle of reversibility. Next naman is the principle of individualization. Under the principle of individualization, kailangan mong i-consider ang strength and weaknesses ng isang tao. Hindi lahat ng tao kayang gawin ang isang bagay. For example, sa pag-push up, yung standard push up kayang gawin ng mga lalaki, pero meron ding mga lalaki na hindi kaya ang standard push up. Now, hindi mo pwedeng i-apply yung standard push-up sa mga babae. Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na modified push-up na pwedeng applicable sa mga girls. O ano pa? Sa principle of individualization, you have to consider yung mga health status. Yung health status ng students, ng mga athletes, ganyan sa pagsasagawa ng training program. Kasi nga, hindi pwede na i-apply mo yung same level ng difficulty sa lahat ng tao. You have to consider also yung status nila. That is the principle of individualization. Next is the principle of variety. Under the principle of variety, hindi pwede na iisang klase ng exercise lang ginagawa mo. For example, diretso na lang na jogging ang ginagawa mo. Diretso na lang na pagbubuhat ng dumbbell ang ginagawa mo. Diretso na lang na swimming ang ginagawa mo. Diretso na lang na yoga ang ginagawa mo. Hindi pwede yon. Under the principle of variety, sinasabi niya na kailangan i-explore mo rin ang iba't ibang klase ng exercises. Although meron kang specific na target, under principle of specificity, kasi yun nga ang target mo, for example, sa abs, edi nag-core exercises ka. Hindi ibig sabihin adin ko na core exercises na lang all throughout ang gagawin mo. Kailangan mo ring i-develop ang other parts of your body. For example, mag-flexibility exercises ka rin. Mag-cardio exercises ka rin. Ganyan. Yan si principle of variety. Next naman is si principle of rest and recovery as well as si recuperation. Sinasabi naman dito, adin ko, na kailangan mo ring pagpahingain ang katawan mo. Just like any other things, na kapag na-overuse, kapag napapagod na, tapos tinuloy-tuloy mo pa rin, magkakasakit ka or mas malala, maka-encounter ka pa ng accidents. Kaya minsan, kailangan din natin ng rest day. So, those are the fitness principles. Let's proceed to bioenergetics and optimization. Under the bioenergetics and optimization, there are three energy systems, namely the immediate, emergency, energy systems, the non-oxidative, and the oxidative. Okay. Under the energy and ATP, ang kinakain natin, adin ko, hindi agad-agad na ko-convert siya into energy. Yung food na ini-intake natin, nako-convert siya muna into calories, then from calories to energy. Yung energy na yan ay tinatawag natin na ATP. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng ATP? It is the adenosine triphosphate, which is the basic unit of energy. Now, this ATP powers bodily mechanisms. Energy system supplies ATP continuously. Okay, let's proceed to the first energy system. It is the immediate explosive energy system. Under this, it is also known as ATP phosphocreatinine system. Nag-activate siya in 10 to 15 seconds of an all-out exercise. It has the highest potential rate for power output and fuels very high-intensity activities. Ano ba yan? Minsanan ang paggamit ng energy. Isang bagsakan ang paggamit ng energy na stored sa ating muscles. For example, pansinin ninyo itong lalaki dito. Nag-high jump siya. Before siya tumalon, ano bang ginagawa niya? Nag-i-stand siya, nagre-ready muna para mas malayo ang paglanda ng kanyang pag-jump. So, under that, the immediate explosive energy system, ginagamit niya yung stored energy sa muscles niya, nagre-ready siya, nagbe-belo siya, and then, jump. So, isang bagsakan ang paggamit ng energy. Next is the non-oxidative or the anaerobic energy system. Now, dito naman, ang main na ginagamit dyan is the glucose. Now, si glucose, it is a form of sugar. Sugar na stored sa ating cells. Na-breakdown ang glucose na yan through the process of glycolysis. Now, si non-oxidative energy system is nag-activate siya 30 to 45 seconds of intense activity. For example, Ito, anong sport ito? That is sprinting. Now, ano ang kakailanganan ng katawan mo para mabilis ka from starting point up to the finish line? Ano ang kailangan ng katawan natin para maging active tayo? It is sugar. Now, yung sugar rush na yan, ading ko, ginagamit na si glucose para may energy ka from starting line to finish line. Kaso, ang downside lang ni anaerobic energy system is that nagproproduce siya ng lactate and hydrogen ions. Ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon ka na ng muscle cramps or madali ka nang mapagod pagkatapos ng 30 to 45 seconds of intense activity. Next naman si oxidative energy system. Now, ito ay nag-activate 90 seconds of continuous exertion. Ang ginagamit naman ni oxidative ay si fats and carbohydrates. Si fats and carbohydrates, mas matagal siyang maubos. Ibig sabihin, kung gusto mong magbawas ng or magpapayat, mag-fat loss, ang gawin mo ay mag-undergo ka ng low-intensity exercises. Ano ba yung mga low-intensity exercises na pwede mong gawin? Walking for at least 15 minutes a day. Yung 15 minutes na yan, mag-activate na si oxidative or aerobic energy system. Ang gagamitin niyang substrates o ang tutunawin niyang or source of energy niya ay si fats and carbohydrates. Okay? So, those are the 3 energy systems. And again, remind ko lang, ang requirement for PE, ading ko, na part na rin ng attendance ninyo ay yung PE uniform. Okay, that's all for the recap ng ating chapter 1. Thank you for listening.